Thyroid, like I said, not afraid of the iodine. That can definitely give us lots of information by how you react to iodine. So I always start my patients out low and slow and need to move them up and tighter. Iodine's very detoxifying. Your thyroid cells are the only ones that need iodine. Iodide is needed for the breast. Your cool body will change what it needs when it needs it, if everything's working properly. So the safest place to get is a nice clean seaweed or kelps. Because if you have some Hashimoto's going on, maybe a little swelling going on in the goiter area, goiter is what we call a swollen thyroid. So right here, you swallow your Adam's apples on the side there. Any swelling there, definitely get in to see me or somebody who is more aware of Hashimoto's and understand the difference with the autoimmune thyroid, which is the Merck manual says 95% of the cases. I've had a few cases where it was purely low iodine was why they were hypothyroid, and you brought that back on. You get your metabolism back up. Thyroid controls your metabolism via temperature, keeping your temperature up, and then being able to run everything in your system at high levels like you need to keep your weight down, kicks up your metabolism, and then kicks up your energy. So that could be the simplest thing that you're missing. It's kind of like vitamin D. I want to put a sign on my clinic that says, you're not getting in iodine and vitamin D, just go back home and start there, because that's going to be one of the major things. Autoimmunity, we always want vitamin D on board. Got a couple of Facebook lives about that. Over in the Facebook, under Dr. Amanda Hoffman, there's a more button you push down, there's videos. I have lots on thyroid and as well as estrogen dominance, and more on adrenals and such, and everything we're talking about here. So you feel free to check there out for more videos too. So thyroid. So what do I do when I am not feeling well? After years and years and years, have bumped myself up so I can handle a lot of thyroid, or a lot of iodine. And when I do, and I have a lot to detox or really get things back up and going, I will feel really fatigued the next day. And you know why? It's because I detoxed. And so some of this stuff, you push a little more than you're ready to, you're gonna get some of the signs of things getting, oh, you want us to go clean that up? Oh, okay, here you go. And it kicks up quite the mess. And I've got to have my liver and extra water, and just to listen to our bodies. Your bodies will tell you if you're needing a little bit more rest and such, because sleep is essential. Yeah, I'm trying to help you, give you some biohacks for how you can stay up late. Definitely make sure you're usually getting 8 hours of sleep. I tell you, I got one of the top Weight Watcher winners here in the Oregon area, finally as the top dog to win, only by increasing his sleep. We were doing everything else optimized, his hormones, his thyroid, his adrenals. He was handling stress well. He was eating exactly how I told him to, but he could only do 7 hours of sleep because of his job. He got up so early. Well, we kind of pushed things around, see if he could go in a little bit later. We could go to sleep a little bit more earlier, and we increased the 7 hours to 8 hours of sleep. Or he was at 8 hours and needed 9. Some people need 9. And he finally was able to drop the pounds that he needed. So there's just a simple thing. It's just like water. Water helps detoxify and take out your fat too. So drink half your body weight in ounces. Isn't that cool? I think it leaked on me, but yeah, thanks to my girlfriend. So this is what I took the other day when I was feeling really sluggish. It's my thyroid PX. A high level of iodine in here, so this will be one that I'll make sure and work with my gals, and then they might graduate onto this one, because the one cap has 12 milligrams. You want to know how much 12 milligrams is to the FDA? It is 8,000 times more than the FDA tells you to have. This is the amount that our Japanese women friend are getting on the daily easily with the kelp and the fish and the seafood that they're eating. And what great skin and amazing metabolisms, right? I mean, this is totally stereotyping, but if you look at Japan as a whole, women who are living over there, a lot different than us over here in America, right? We're not eating seafood. I will tell you, my worst thyroid cases are women who do not eat fish and who do not like seafood. So we can get these things in the diet, that's ideal, but are we getting enough, and are we getting from clean sources? So that's why very good supplements put out by very good doctors is a good idea. This is Dr. Wilson's brand here, Restorative Medicine. There's I recommend doing 2 high of these things if you're not quite sure where you're at. ThyroCare is a real nice one I'll use for my Hashimoto's, because it's only kelp in here, and it's a lower level of the iodine to get started slowly. The TSH isn't always the best thing to monitor, and so I'll recommend checking your temperature. Does anybody check their temperature every day? How many times have you gone into the doctor and it was 98.2 and nothing was done or said? Well, they don't really know what to do about that. Well, that is your thyroid telling you it is not optimal. So we definitely have reference ranges that we look at in functional medicine that's optimal. And then, one of the go-tos that Dr. Wilson's teaching me is just that, and naturopathic school a million times over, that morning basal temperature. Is it at 98.6 constantly for you? Or is it only in the summer when you're a little bit warmer? So that's a great biohack for your thyroid. Check it out. Tell me, get back to me, let me know. If you're at 98.6, that's awesome. Cool. Then we have a couple other ways to kind of peek in and see if your iodine status is proper and if your hormones are in my optimal range. All right, adrenals. We went over those 3 stages, but where are you at? Are you feeling wired, tired? Stage 2, where you're just dragging in the morning and you've got energy at night? Ding, ding, ding. That's me. I have little children running around, chasing after, have to have that energy in the evening, but is it really great energy? No, right? It's not horrible sleep, because us moms are getting woken up all night long by our little kids, and then we kind of get trained to not sleep very deep. It's horrible, horrible, horrible to get stuck in. So as soon as we can get our little ones sleeping through the night, it is much better on us. We need that really good deep sleep to heal, to get our hormones back on. That's when we make our hormones, is all night long when we're sleeping. So if we're not, we're going to be eating up that reservoir real fast, thus aging ourselves, not by vital anymore. We're going down, aging. The wrinkly skin, thinner skin starts to come on. It's like a great way to go, okay, back up, what's going on? Time to check in on things. So that is, really, it's a flipped curve is what it looks like. In the morning you have no cortisol, and then at night you're really high. But sometimes you're really high in the morning, and that's because you were high all night long and you didn't really sleep that good. So it takes, a little bit of assessment, of course. I'm happy to do those. I love to do those. And then there's only a few things that will eat up cortisol at night and help shift that. And one of my favorites is phosphatidylserine and or L-theanine. Well, L-theanine I use a lot for my ADHDers and my menopause insomnia women. And just a little 100 milligrams could be great for you. See what is going on the bottle there. If that is helpful. It's just a Band-Aid, folks. So it's not doing everything like your adaptogens can. So that's the herbs you would take in the morning for your adrenals. Your adrenals need herbs. Oh my gosh. Unless you're really bad, then you're going to need like a thyroid, and that's desiccated gland. We'll use desiccated pig thyroid for our women. Of course, remember, those pigs weren't fed a bunch of iodine. I guarantee you. Only if they were my pigs did I feed them some of that. Dude, I should thyroid of my pigs, know that. And then the organ meat, you know, it is where the best stuff is. And so the adrenals will be, actually eating adrenal is going to be vital for building up a really deficient adrenal stage 3 person. That's looking more like chronic fatigue, just no energy all day long. Some of these women do get to work, and I am so amazed. I can't believe how much people are soldiers tromping through this life, and they haven't been told just little basic things like this. B complexes can be very helpful. The adrenals love B5. And vitamin C, huge. Did you know your body stores vitamin C? It does, only in the adrenal cortex. It loves it so much. So there's always my number one thing for sure. It's going to be a good superfood based vitamin C's. Not the ascorbic acid. Don't get me started on that. Do not like that. So those are very simple nutrients for adrenals. And the adaptogen herbs have been studied and used for centuries in tons of cultures, and they're getting far more attention now in the Western world, since this is an area that we're dying for. We need some stress to support. We're running after and trying to put out fires at work all the time, but you can't get up and run it off. You're going to have some increase in estrogen, adrenaline. It doesn't have anywhere to go. It gives you that nice fat belly ring. I've got that. I'm working on it right now. And some of my only things that help move that sometime for my women is that phosphatidylserine before bed at night. The wired, tired, help eat up that extra cortisol instead of it making sugar, causing insulin resistance, and giving us the spare tire around the gut. Let's see. Adaptogens. Holy basil, tulsi, might have heard of. There's teas out there. Rhodiola, very nice. Rose family, very safe. Ashwagandha, you've probably heard a lot about. It is in the nightshade family, so be careful. Some people, the nightshade family is huge though. Some people will come up high on some tomatoes or something, but not peppers, or peppers and not ashwagandha. I will always use ashwagandha and see if it's okay with my patients, because they typically find it's from another continent and foreign enough that your body doesn't really react to it too much. So a combination usually of all these things is a good idea. Of course, you've heard of your ginsengs. Cordyceps could be a nice one too for some people. I have all kinds. I will mix in the different B vitamins, different C vitamins sometimes too, maybe even like selenium. That's an only antioxidant mineral, and it's really important for that T3 activation from T4. And with my Marfans, I use this one because it has a very high amount of hawthorn in it too. Rose family, very safe herb, but it's essential for keeping our hearts strong. Cool thing is it's tons of the natural vitamin C and CoQ10, naturally helping your cells use and energy, just like the thyroid will. CoQ10 in a different way will help you with that. And then so the hawthorn in here is really for that vitamin C component we were talking about, but I'm like 2 birds with 1 stone with this one. They also put a little alfalfa, tons of minerals. I'm like the mineral queen. I'm seeing so much deficiency. So a nice, gentle green high mineral, nutritive herb sometimes is all your little nerves need to help get things back on board.